So, as a successful retailer, if you're trying to take your store from low seven figures to mid seven figures or even eight figures, you're going to run into a few challenges. And as a retailer, we know we've got so many challenges happening from rostering to stock and inventory and all the fun stuff that we have. But one of the hidden challenges that we have within our stores is, and one of the very, very big mistakes that we make is that as bricks and mortar retailers, we don't track our cash flow. And I've spoken about this at length, but I'm going to talk about it very, very briefly today. And it's a really, really big mistake because if you don't track your cash flow, you've got no financial awareness of what's happening under the hood in your business. You definitely can't budget. You can't anticipate any cash shortages. And really, that limits your growth opportunities. And when it comes to a time of financial distress, which inevitably happens to all of us, you won't be able to navigate those waters very, very effectively. And so those are the really, really big mistakes that we make if we don't track our cash flow. And the consequences of all of those are basically we're going to not be able to manage our inventory properly because we're going to more than likely have stock outs and overstocking. We are obviously going to have difficulty in paying our suppliers and our vendors, potentially damaging the relationships. It's going to make it very hard to see growth opportunities, such as investing in new stock or new equipment, or maybe moving to a new location. And the ultimate consequence is basically you are going to have no profit, no money in your business. And it's going to be a real pain for your life because if you're like me and all the retailers that I work with, you value time and freedom. And that's going to be a big sucker for that. So instead, I want you to think about tracking your cash flow very, very simply in a very simple manner. And once you get that right, you're going to find that you're going to have really good visibility of what is happening under the hood in your business. Gives you a really clear picture of what's happening now, and then you can actually start to predict the future as well. Your budgeting and planning is going to be so much better. Resource allocation, you know where to spend your money, and then most importantly, when. And when when that financial doomsday comes, you're going to be able to navigate it better. And most importantly, you're going to have more profit. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you're running out of cash and you find yourself in a situation where you're struggling to grow your business, take it from those seven figures onwards, I really want you to look at making sure that you start to track your own cash flow. Many of us have our accountants and bookkeepers do it, which is great. Hopefully you're looking at the data then. But really what I'm proposing is as part of your management of your store, you personally, the owner, need to look at this. It doesn't take long once you set up a system, is start to look at your cash flow. And then you will find that you will be so confident in your business. You will obviously have more cash in the bank account and more profitability and ultimately more time and freedom so you can do the things that you love. So that was my little rant on one of the hidden challenges of growing your store. But I'd love to hear from you below. Cash flow, do you think it's worth it, not worth it? Don't bother. Or perhaps you've got another challenge in growing your store. Put that in the comment section below. Thank you.